Now, Michelle, what have you been suffering from?
I had MS. I was diagnosed in August of last year.
Is that when the symptoms started? Or?
It started about 18 months before that. Had my eye droop and then it went away. But then in August I had lots of symptoms like dizziness and loss of balance and all that sort of stuff. And
So just more symptoms have been coming in the last year or so?
yeah. And just in the last 6 weeks I've had another relapse where I've lost feeling in my 3 fingers here.
Yep.
And I couldn't close my hand properly. The sensation on my body was different, like undersensitive. And my 18-month-old son, if he grabbed hold of my leg, I'd think he was still hanging onto it, but he was actually standing in front of me, so it was like a delayed
Sensation of touch.
Yeah.
And you've got 5 children.
I do, yes.
So this must be, put a lot of stress on you worrying
Yes.
about that. John prayed for you just now.
Yes.
And so what happened when he prayed?
Well, the most significant thing was like my arms been feeling heavy and I couldn't lift it up past here, and now I can like over my head.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And also my hand is listening to me now. It can open and close
Yeah.
again. It'll be a test when I try to crochet. That'll be.
Okay. And also your back, you've got feeling?
Yes, I've got feeling in my back and my side again. Previously I couldn't feel my son when he was sitting on my hip.
How long had it been numb on your hip and side?
Probably at least 3 weeks. Yeah.
Okay, so
maybe a bit longer.
just recently
Yeah.
the relapse of,
Yes.
of the weakness and
Yes.
the lack of sensations hit you harder.
Yes, that's right.
And so that's given you hope too.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, we see a lot of this here too. Wonderful. Thanks for sharing that.
No worries, thank you.
Your daughter had been suffering from multiple sclerosis.
Yes, that's
And
right.
doctors say that's incurable.
They don't give you hope.
And so, just explain what was wrong with her. She had like a heavy arm. Just explain what happened.
Michelle had a flare-up about 3 weeks ago, and it left her left arm feeling like lead, and her left hand she couldn't put into a fist. It took about 3 minutes for those fingers to come down to her palm. Her knees felt as though, when she tried to walk, as if she was going through heavy mud. Her feet were sore, and her torso on the left side was numb, and it made it difficult for her to fill her lungs with air. And as she was sitting through the service, she was starting to fiddle with her wedding and engagement rings, and she said, "Mum, I haven't been able to do that." And that's how she started at the prayer line.
Because when I started praying at the congregation, God began to touch me.
Yeah. And then we came out here for prayer, and after she was prayed for, she was able to just close her hand like this. Her arm was feeling better.
She could raise her arm up.
She could raise her
She
arm.
couldn't do that before, could she?
I don't believe so.
She told me she couldn't.
No. She's pretty staunch and she doesn't complain, so we don't get to hear a lot about it.
So that's quite amazing what happened.
And feeling came back to her
And the
hip
feeling came back
and
to
back.
her leg and her back.
Yeah, back and hip.
And her hip. So, and she's believing that that healing will continue tonight.
Isn't it amazing? You think about this. Doctors give no hope for this. But in the name of Jesus, the impossible happens. And I want to encourage you, if you have an incurable disease, if doctors have told you there is no cure, I tell you, in the name of Jesus, there is power. It's an impossible. Now, hold him up. Now.